With the concatenated orderings ordinal analysis procedure, it's often handy to create a profile plot, like the plot that you see on the screen here. Now, to create that type of plot, what you need to do in the analysis is first get everything set up. So recall with these affective realism data, we have positive, neutral, and negative. Here is the ordinal pattern that we're expecting, so we get that set up. And the option that you want to choose is the append individual results. And then after we run the analysis, then we'll switch over to the profile plot procedure in the software. So we'll select OK and go to the data edit window. And here we can see the individual results have been appended to the data set. Here's the PCCs for the individuals. And so now we can select the Define Orderings button. What we're going to do is go in and label these PCCs. I can stretch everything out here a little bit. I'll just go ahead and magnify this, or expand it rather. So here you see the percent correct classifications. And there are three possible outcomes here. Here are the individuals who did not fit the pattern at all. If I select on the distribution here, there are 5 individuals who did not fit the pattern at all. In fact, they're going to be opposite, as we'll see in a moment. And then we have 8 individuals who fit only one of the 3 pairwise comparisons for the positive, neutral, and negative orderings. And then here are individuals, 21, who fit 2 of the 3. And then here are the 11 individuals who fit the pattern perfectly all the way across from positive to neutral to negative. So let's say we want to classify these into 3 groups. So these would be individuals who were opposite of expectation. They didn't fit the pattern at all. And these 2 groups would be individuals who just didn't fit in one way or another. So I'm going ahead and just combine those 2 and label it not fitting. And then I can delete this. And then here would be individuals who fit the pattern perfectly. We have 45 individuals total. I'll update this. And now we see the 45 individuals. 5 people are opposite, 29 rather, who did not fit, and then 11 who fit the pattern perfectly. So I'll select OK. And we'll see how this is going to come into play when we go to the profile plot. So let's go there. So we'll select Analyses and Profile Plot. I'm going to go ahead and expand this. And we're going to select the orderings. So we want positive, neutral, and negative. And we're going to separate by the percent correct classifications, which we have put into 3 units of observation now. Select OK. Let's go ahead and get all of the cases. We can select them here or just go ahead and select all. Select OK. Now everything's kind of bunched up here at this point. The rating scale was 0 to 5, so we can go ahead and change the min and max values here. So 0 to 5, or perhaps it was 1 to 5. If that's the case, then it's 1 to 5. We can change some of the other scaling values. You can toggle on the color, toggle that off. You can add medians into the graph or means as well, but I'll turn those off for now. And then what we can also do is, if we pull this menu down here, we can see the PCC ordering that we've defined into 3 different units. So here are the opposite individuals. Recall that there were 5 of those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here are the individuals who did not fit and not fitting. And then here are the 11 individuals who fit the pattern. So notice positive, greater than neutral, greater than negative. All these individuals fit that ordinal pattern. You can scroll through here or pull this down rather and pick any particular case. Here's case number 1. You can see it appears that there's a slight decline from positive to neutral, but then an increase from neutral to negative. Case number 2, I believe, fit the pattern all the way through. A very slight decrease from positive to neutral, and then a little bit larger decrease from neutral to negative. So you can also just scroll through and look at each individual. So again, going back to the individuals who were opposite. So we now have this figure. We can save it. And this will save it as a Windows meta file, which is a file then that you can load into Word or PowerPoint, and then you can edit it. So if you want to make changes to the particular parts or pieces of this graph, you can save it as a Windows meta file, port it into PowerPoint or Word, and then you can move these around, change the labels. There's all sorts of things you can do to edit the graph. Again, other things can be done in here. If you want to change, for example, the number of decimals down to 1. If you want to change your scaling here, it's 1. We can make it to 0.5 if we wish. So now notice 1.5, 2, 2.5, and so forth. So you can do a few things here in the OM software, but again, if you save the plot, you can get it into a format that you can edit then in PowerPoint or Word. So that's all there is to it then, to create these types of profile plots with the OM software and for that ordinal pattern analysis for concatenated observations.